There was a time when Eric Prydz almost disappeared. Not because people stopped listening, not because the music failed, because he refused to become what everyone expected. In an industry obsessed with hit songs, viral moments, and constant attention, Eric Prydz chose a completely different path. He disappeared from the spotlight, only to return with one of the most spectacular live shows the world had ever seen. But to understand why, we have to go back to Sweden. 1976. A young boy grows up surrounded by music. Long before festival stages and millions of fans, Eric spends hours experimenting with sounds, not trying to become famous, trying to create something that had never existed before. Unlike many producers, he isn't interested in copying trends. He wants his own sound. That decision will define his entire career. As a teenager, Eric becomes fascinated by synthesizers, drum machines, sequencers. While many DJs are focused on playing records, Eric is obsessed with making them. Hour after hour, inside small studios, he experiments, deletes, starts over, searching for perfection. Years pass. Nothing happens overnight, no viral success, no instant fame, only countless nights of trial and error. Then, everything changes. 2004, a track called Call on Me is released. Within weeks, it becomes one of the biggest dance records on the planet. Number one across Europe, played in clubs, on radio stations, and television every single day. The music video becomes iconic. Suddenly, Eric Prydz is everywhere. Most artists would chase another commercial hit. Eric does the opposite. Instead of repeating the same formula, he walks away from it. He doesn't want to become known for one song. He wants to build a legacy. So he creates new identities. Pryda, Cirez D. Different names, different sounds, different worlds. Many fans don't even realize they are listening to the same producer. While the industry is chasing popularity, Eric is chasing creative freedom. It is a risky decision. Some people don't understand it. Others call him a genius. But Eric never changes direction because he believes great music doesn't follow trends. It creates them. And that belief is about to change electronic music forever. After Call on Me, the entire music industry expected one thing: another hit, another chart topper, another commercial anthem. Instead, Eric Prydz disappeared, not from music, from expectations. While other producers rushed to release single after single, Eric locked himself inside the studio. He wasn't chasing radio success. He was chasing perfection. Some tracks took months. Others were never released. Because if they weren't exactly what he imagined, the world would never hear them. Fans didn't always understand. Record labels certainly didn't. But Eric refused to compromise. For him, music wasn't content. It was art. Then he introduced another side of himself. Pryda, melodic, emotional, progressive. Music that wasn't made for 3-minute radio edits. It was made to tell stories, to slowly build tension, to create moments people would remember years later. Then came Cirez D, a completely different world. Dark, raw, hypnotic, heavy techno. That shocked fans who only knew Call on Me. Many couldn't believe. Both projects were created by the same person. But that was exactly the point. Eric never wanted to be predictable. He wanted every performance to feel unique, every record to have its own identity. As electronic music grew into a global phenomenon, festival organizers wanted bigger shows, more lights, more fireworks, more spectacle. Eric looked at all of it and asked a different question. What if the visuals were as important as the music? That single idea would eventually become HOLO. Not just another light show, not another LED screen, an entirely new experience. Three-dimensional holographic visuals floating above the crowd, spaceships, giant robots, celestial worlds, images that seemed impossible. Fans stood in complete silence before erupting into cheers. Some called it the greatest live show electronic music had ever seen. Others traveled across continents just to witness it once. HOLO didn't just raise the standard, it changed what people expected from live performances. And once again, Eric Prydz proved something. He had believed since the beginning. Never follow the future. Create it. By now, Eric Prydz had achieved something rare. He was respected by casual fans, respected by DJs, respected by producers, and perhaps most importantly, respected by artists who rarely agreed on anything. Because Eric had built his career on one simple principle: quality over quantity. In a world where artists felt pressure to constantly release music, Eric was comfortable waiting months, sometimes years. If a track wasn't ready, it stayed unreleased. That patience became part of his legend. Then came a record that changed everything. Opus. At first, it seemed simple, almost too simple. A slow melody, a gradual build, nothing rushed, nothing forced. Then, minute after minute, the track grew stronger, bigger, more emotional, until it exploded into one of the most unforgettable moments in electronic music. Around the world, festival crowds waited for that drop. Thousands of people counting the seconds, knowing exactly what was coming. Yet somehow it felt magical every single time. Opus wasn't just a successful track. It became a symbol, proof that patience could still win, proof that music didn't need shortcuts to move people. But Eric Prydz's story isn't really about Call on Me, or Pryda, or Cirez D, or even HOLO. It's about something deeper: the courage to stay true to your vision. Most people won't change when success arrives. Eric didn't. Most artists follow the market. Eric followed his curiosity. Most producers try to create what audiences already want. Eric spent decades creating things audiences didn't even know they wanted yet. And because of that, he became one of the most influential figures in modern electronic music. Today, millions of fans know the name Eric Prydz. They see the sold-out arenas, the massive festivals, the revolutionary visuals, the legendary tracks. But few see the thousands of hours spent alone, searching for perfection, the endless revisions, the unreleased ideas, the willingness to walk away from easy success in pursuit of something greater. Somewhere, right now, a young producer is sitting in a small bedroom studio. The computer is old. The speakers aren't perfect. Nobody knows their name. Nobody believes they'll change music. Eric Prydz was once that producer. The difference is that he kept going, kept experimenting, kept believing. And eventually, the future caught up with his imagination. This isn't just the story of Eric Prydz. It's the story of what happens when you refuse to compromise your vision. because trends fade, hits come and go, but true innovation never disappears. And that is why Prydz became a legend.